presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo, here in the state of Washington, getting ready for a wonderful day of golf. Chambers Bay, the site of the action. And Frank, what can you tell us about this course?
Well, if you're not looking at the golf course today, you can certainly look at the scenery, which is fantastic today. The water is just glistening. Those Olympic mountains are just standing out there in the background. But once your mind drifts back to the golf course, you're going to have your game today. Firm and fast, going to play like a true links.
Is the wind a factor?
It is. You get some of those cross breeze holes, then all of a sudden you really better know exactly how you're striking the ball. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really, the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Now the third shot for Snedeker. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, that looked good to me. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Just a couple of feet. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
To 1 over par early on in this round. And that's a bogey. Now to the second hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is not overly long. Where's the trouble here?
Well, 281 yards really to the big long bunker that goes all the way to the green. So as long as you can avoid that, you don't have to hit driver down here, just something that's going to be a little short of that. You're still only going to have 100 yards really, or just over 100 yards in for your second shot. A really good chance too to get off to a good start.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
And setting up here in the rough. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. This one has a good line. Perfect roll right there.
Anything other than a rookie. Great stroke.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
So, Frank, on this approach shot, really all you can do is try to salvage a bogey.
Yeah, just too many mistakes in the compiling. So if you can get out here with a bogey, in some respects, that's a result.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much would it roll.
Snedeker with a putt for bogey. +1 in the early going. 10-foot putt left. Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. They'll be happy with that in the fairway. Now a good chance to attack this hole. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Getting set now over the putt. Nice putt, count it. Brandt for his par. Has his par. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall.
I tell you, there's long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He grew up idolizing Tom Watson. They sort of look alike, Frank, too.
Yeah, the old Kansas City style of play. See it, hit it, find it, and score.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Frank, what do we have with the approach shot here at the 5th?
Just got to be cognizant of that bunker. That's you can see it there. That's just central front of this green. You've either got to go around it, or if you're good enough, then you go straight over it. But you've got to have a ton of spin on the second shot.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Frank, how about that?
Oh, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead, straight in. Amazing shot, and really deserves it.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Ready to tee off here at the 6th. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
Well, as long as it's not in the rough, the bunkers, well, there's no trees here, really. That little green strip, that runway down there, another hole that bends to the right, but find the fairway. The fairway's wide enough. You've got a pretty good idea exactly where you want to go. And once again, this is one of the shorter par 4s. So good drive here, just a short iron in.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. A little bit uphill. This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now the third shot for Snedeker. Get down! Lay down! Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
It'll take some skill now.
So a tester from 4 feet. And he makes it for par. And getting ready for the putt. One over for the day. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
exactly.
Rich, it really did.
Frank, the approach here at the 7th, and there's a lot to consider here.
There is. The green at the front is much wider than what it is at the back. It's almost like a tooth or a molar shape. So, you know, that front portion, when the flag's there, definitely a birdie hole. Just got to be a little cautious when they put the flag on the back.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal. So you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Ooh, so close. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Nudge this one home, finish it up. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round.
Even par currently.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And from the fairway for his second shot here. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. Now the approach at the 8th, and Frank, what are the options for a player?
Well, the green does slope back to front, so if you're a high ball flight hitter, there's nothing wrong with flying the ball all the way up there. But because there's no bunkering in the front, you can also come in here low and sort of bound that ball up there. Choices.
Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course, so now just trying to avoid 6.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. 4th shot, wants to get this close. Locked in on the read and the speed. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Henrik now eyeing a par. Rounding out the front side here at Chambers Bay with a par 3, the 9th.
Well, the tee is nearly 100 feet above the level of the green, so you can see everything. This is one of the best views on the golf course. A fairly lengthy par 3. Obviously, it's stout, just over 200 yards, but you can see the green off that elevated tee, and this requires your best shot.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. Rough day so far. 4 over par on the round. Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those 2 short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 3-2-0, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway.
Nice.
Looks good. Brand Snedeker ready for the approach. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Boy, he looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just a couple of feet. Just a little tap in here. So after all that, it's a bogey. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
The 11th hole, Frank, what's the right way to get at it?
Just got to be cognizant of that ridge that cuts through the middle of this green, that sort of turns this green into one simple green into all these little complex sort of sections. That's the biggest thing, but that's also, you realize very, very quickly, you're playing links golf today.
The second shot now to the par 4. He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Not a problem there, Rich.
Chance to get it close here. This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Settles in over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Brandt for his par. right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
This would give him a bogey. Now at 1 under for the round. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
Two, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Good tee shot, right in the short grass. He'll need to be strong with this. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Getting set now over the putt.
Tough break.
"21-foot putt, set to go." Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. 13th hole now. It's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
This is the second shot at the par 4. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, a bunker in front of the green here. So how does that impact what the player's going to do?
Well, it's not just the bunker, too. It's the ridges left and right that are going to repel a shot. So if you go too far left of that bunker in front of the green or too far right, that ball's going to kick all the way off the green. So really, that bunker's a good line, but you've got to carry it.
Now his third, staring right at the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
Snedeker for par. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Henrik now to only lose one shot. No one likes these. Putt for double bogey. Been a rocky round. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem. Well, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker, do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. All right, Frank, what's the play into the green here?
Well, the green's got a little bit of a funnel effect. General contours slope right to left, and towards this green there is a little bit of a ridge and some mounding, short right. But just use those in your favour. The ball's going to do what Mother Nature wants it to do. You don't have to fight it.
Here's Brandt Snedeker now on the approach shot. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So just a formality here. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 13th hole seems to have knocked him off his game. He is not playing well, and he's putting for double bogey now. Everything has gone wrong today. It just continues to be ugly. Frank, normally on a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
That ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Solid play, heart of the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. This for what would be a disappointing bogey for Brandt. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Three over for the day. Getting set to take on the finishing holes here at Chambers Bay. How do you do it in the right way, Frank?
Well, when you look down this fairway, obviously everything slopes left to right. That makes this hole actually play a little bit more of a dogleg to the right, even though it doesn't look it. And then, of course, that green up ahead, it's like a tabletop. So precision here is absolutely paramount.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Common thread here, rough, rough, rough.
Long way again.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, now a pretty short shot here into the 16th.
Yeah, green, anything other than flat. Very narrow, skinny green. It also slopes left to right. You can use that to your advantage.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. In for par. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a three here. This is not a time to be a hero.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Brant Snedeker for par. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. These putts keep the round together. So with that putt, 2 over par now. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again, you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walk-in golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, how frustrating can it get playing into strong winds?
Well, it's going to magnify every bad shot you hit, but it's also going to separate the good ones from the rest of the field.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, I just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
Frank, you want to finish with one good swing here, the approach shot to the 18th hole.
I don't think there's a flat putt on this green, Rich. You know, there's so many different sections. We said the course was like a maze. This 18th green can be like a maze. If you're on the right portion, then obviously that certainly helps. But there's so many different levels to this green.
This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Brandt Snedeker has this for par. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Trying to get out of here with just 1 dropped shot. This is for bogey.
That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's another shot.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Henrik now eyeing a par. Been a rocky round. It really has been a tough day, Frank, hasn't it?
Golf, such an up and down game, and a few good holes might just turn this around. You never know. And some of the leaders could slip. You've got to think that way as well. And if that happens, it might just leave that door open.